My name is Jay's a Dragon, and welcome to my build guide series where I will explain how to build the X-Men as playable characters in 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons. This video is timestamped so you can skip to where you need, with a link in the description for the written version. My disclaimers are as follows. Official, third party, UA, homebrew, in that order. Mechanics over description, flavor is always optional. Builds work in every tier of play. And lastly, magic items are not requirements for a build to work.
Nathan Summers, aka Cable, is a soldier from the future, here to stop Apocalypse and prevent his total dominion. The child of Cyclops and a villain-controlled clone of Jean Grey, Cable was subject of contention since birth. Cable was infected with a techno-organic virus that threatened to kill him until visitors from the future offered him a way out. To receive a cure, Nathan had to travel forward 2,000 years and save humanity. Later traveled back to the time of the pyramids to try and prevent Apocalypse, and has since returned to our time with the benefit of technology and weaponry that is far beyond our own. Very few warriors of the present can stand against Cable, in large part because they haven't been through the hell that he has. He has fought Wolverine to a stalemate, is a tactical and scientific genius, and an alpha-level telepath, cybernetically enhanced by the technovirus that infected his left arm and left eye, and further advanced when Forge improved all his hardware. His preferred weapon is an enormous laser cannon that he can overcharge into the powerful Hyper Viper Beam. Using point buy, I gave Cable 9, 13, 14, 15, 13, 8. The Dragon Mark of Making Human, is used for race, for stats, spells, 1d4s to Arcana and tools, and an additional tool proficiency. Arcana and History come from Artificer, and Religion and Insight from the Acolyte background. Artificer Level 1. Learn Magical Tinkering. Gain use of a holographic display and voice software from your Metal Arms computer AI. Spellcasting. Every day you prepare Intelligence modifier plus half Artificer level spells rounded up. So 4 to start with, and adds another spell in odd numbered levels and ASIs that increase int mod. Cantrips. Thunderclap. Lob an energy grenade into the air immediately around you, damaging the area. Guidance. Your hard-earned experience and Infonet access give you an edge in all you do. Mending. You maintain your tech out of necessity. No one in this time could possibly replace it. Spells prepared. Fairy Fire. Your cybernetic eye identifies hostiles and highlights their weak points. Absorb elements. Tough out mutant attacks with your Ascani-san bodysuit. Cure wounds. Rub some dirt in a wound and keep fighting. Tensor's floating disc. Telekinetically transport heavy materials with ease. From Mark of Making Race, gain a free cast once per day of Magic Weapon. Further increase the energy output of your pulse rifle for greater effect. Artificer Level 2. Infuse item. You are armed to the teeth in tech-enhanced gear not native to this time. Enhanced weapon and enhanced armor, +1 to your equipment, to use until acquiring better gear. Goggles of Night and Lantern of Revealing. Dark vision and see invisibility from your cybernetic eye. Homunculus Servant. Have a robot AI familiar that you house in your metal arm. Artificer Level 3. Right tool for the job. Access Infonet for detailed instructions on how to create any toolset. Gain Armorer subclass. Power Armor. Gain 2 combat forms, Guardian and Infiltrator. Guardian mode. Use your Scimitar or TO metal arm and future tech to fight in melee and channel stronger shields. Your melee attacks cause a powerful debuff that makes attacks against targets other than you be made with disadvantage. Infiltrator mode. Use your pulse rifle and energy pistols and psi abilities to improve range damage and maneuverability. Your ranged attacks deal lightning damage and an extra 1d6 once per round. Additional spell prepared. Identify. Your AI familiar accesses the Infonet for information on enhancements. Subclass spells always prepared. Magic Missile. Tracking projectiles streak toward their target unerringly. Thunderwave. TK Blast to repel a group and send them flying. Artificer Level 4. ASI. +1 in Intelligence and 1 in Constitution, now at 18 and 16. Additional spell prepared. Catapult. Telekinetically fling an object at an enemy for some non-conventional weaponry. Artificer Level 5. Extra Attack. Twice the Thunder Gauntlet debuffs and Lightning Launcher shots with attack actions. Additional spell prepared. Levitate. Telekinetically lift a target off the ground. Unprepare a first level spell to add. Blur. Telekinetically shield yourself to cause hits to miss you. Subclass spells always prepared. Shatter. Destroy barricades with a shockwave grenade. Mirror Image. Illusory decoys fool your opponents. Artificer Level 6. Tool Expertise. Your Tinker's Tools, Smith's Tools, or any others gain double proficiency bonus. Infusions gained. Spell Refueling Ring. Restore a slot up to a third, usable once per day. Boots of the Winding Path. A short-range bonus action teleport without a use limit. Unprepare a first level spell to add. Vortex Warp. Telekinetically condense space to a point so much that you create a temporary wormhole that teleports an enemy to displace them. Artificer level 7. Flash of Genius. Reaction when you or an ally makes a check or save to add your intelligence modifier to the result, usable int mod number times per day. Additional spell prepared. Aid. Telepathically bolster the mental toughness of your team. Artificer level 8. ASI. +2 intelligence, now at 20. Additional spell prepared. Continual Flame. Your eye is an upcasted permanent flare that penetrates magical darkness. You carry an eye patch just in case you need to cover its light. Artificer level 9. Armor modifications. +2 infuse slots, 8 in total, and differentiates different parts of the armor as distinct targets for enchantments. Additional spell prepared. Blink. Set your body slide teleporter to tactical sequences. Subclass spell is always prepared. Lightning Bolt. Go for broke and fire off a hyper viper beam from your pulse rifle. Hypnotic Pattern. Unleash a telepathic wave that places a wide area into a stupor. Multiclassing now to Ranger level 1. From multiclassing into Ranger, gain Investigation Proficiency. Deft Explorer. Take Investigation Expertise as well as 2 additional languages. Favored Foe. Gain a Hunter's Mark-like feature outside of Action Economy. Adds 1d4 once per round. Ranger level 2. Archery Fighting Style. Add +2 to ranged attack rolls. Spells learned. Hunter's Mark. Telepathically determine the greatest immediate threat and how to counter it. Detect Magic. Your cybernetic eye alerts you to enhancements. Ranger level 3. Primal Awareness. Additional spells known and castable without a slot once per day. Horizon Walker subclass. Planar Warrior. Bonus action to turn weapon attacks to force damage and add 1d8. Spells learned. Protection from evil and good. A high-frequency sonar disrupts faculties of specific creatures. Goodberry. Nutrient-rich tablets created to stave off malnourishment in the war-torn distant future. Ranger level 4. ASI. Sharpshooter. Your lightning launcher can take a -5 penalty to accuracy to add +10 to damage with each shot. Your shots ignore half cover and have a range of 300 feet. Ranger level 5. Spells learned. Misty Step. Body slide teleportation. Instant repositioning through time and space. Pass without trace. You telepathically cloak your entire team from detection. Ranger level 6. Favored foe extra damage increases to 1d6. Deft Explorer. Speed increases by 5 and you gain a climbing and swimming speed. Ranger level 7. Ethereal Step. Bonus action to cast the Etherealness spell on yourself without a slot until the end of your current turn. Usable once per rest. Can be good for hunting blinking enemies, attacking them where they are usually unreachable. You can use this like a more powerful teleport, bypassing visibility requirements. When combined with haste, a dash action, and an additional dash action, you can reach up to 210 feet in any direction. Spell learned. Lesser Restoration. You tough out a debilitating effect. Ranger level 8. ASI. Take the Heavy Armor Master feat and +1 strength, now at 10. You take -3 from non-magical physical damage, especially effective against multi-attacks and when facing many combatants. Land Stride. Non-magical difficult terrain has no effect, and you gain advantage against magical slows and restraints. Coincides with roving at level 6 and a haste concentration for exceptional positioning. Ranger level 9. Spells learned. Silence. A sonic disruption emitter prevents the passage of sound waves to an area. Haste. Overclock your temporal positioning with a time displacement core, experiencing time around you to be slightly slower. Ranger level 10. Nature's Veil. As a bonus action, become invisible, telepathically cloaking yourself from sight. Usable proficiency bonus times per long rest. Deft Explorer. As an action, gain 1d8 temporary HP, usable proficiency bonus times per long rest. Short rests now restore 1 mark of exhaustion. Ranger level 11. Distant Strike. Teleport 10 feet before each attack and gain an additional attack when facing multiple enemies. Planar Warrior. Planar Warrior's bonus damage now increases to 2d8. Spell learned. Plant Growth. Telepathically inflict vertigo in your enemies, making traversal much more difficult. By splitting levels between Artificer and Ranger, you have spell slots up to 5th level spells. Every morning you can change your prepared Artificer spells for 4th and 5th level Mark of Making spells such as Fabricate. Telekinetically assemble highly detailed arms and armor given the appropriate materials. In 10 minutes time, have fully functioning hardware based on your tool proficiencies. Creation. Have the Grey Malkin teleport non-living material to suit a particular need. Magic items wishlist. Laser pistol and laser rifle from the futuristic weapons of the DMG. Lucent Destroyer, an oversized laser gun that can shoot sunbeams. Cubic Gate. Gain multiple daily uses of plane shift and gate to travel time and space. Iron Stone of Mastery. +1 proficiency bonus for aiding your int, whiz, and con simultaneously. Ring of Protection. +1 to armor class and saves, worn on your metal arm as it blocks for you. +1 2 or 3 plate armor. Your future tech plate and TO virus anatomy keep you highly durable. Ring of Spell Storing. To grant to your homunculus servant, letting it cast spells such as Fairy Fire without requiring your action or concentration. Tactics. I'm the kind of animal that'll do whatever it takes to survive the fight. You come in very prepared. Precast good berries, temp HP from Tireless, max HP from Aid, guidance for an initiative boost, non-concentration magic weapon from your subrace if needed, and apply a favored foe as early as the first hit. Flash of Genius used for a high initiative wouldn't go amiss, and you can easily keep outside the range of Dispel Magic or Counterspell all battle long if it's a concern. Fairy Fire is your go-to concentration right from level 1. Even in later tiers, advantage is huge for Sharpshooter because this and the archery fighting style counteracts the accuracy penalty, and it also grants advantage to the attacks of every ally, so it's always felt and always relevant. Affected targets also can't hide or become invisible. It hits a wide area, 4x4x4 squares, so there's a fair chance that at least one will fail its save when you apply it AoE, and you don't even have to be able to see them to do it. If you have a Ring of Spell Storing kept on your homunculus servant, you can have it cast Fairy Fire while you maintain Haste for better offense or Blur for better defense. When in Guardian mode, you can deliver several debuffing attacks each round, using Distant Strike to avoid opportunity attacks. When in Infiltrator mode, you can keep well out of reach while raining down Sharpshooter attacks. With multiclassing 9 Artificer, half rounded up, and 11 Ranger, half rounded down, total spell slots become that of a level 10 Fullcaster, gaining up to 3/4 and 2/5 slots. Those extra slots can be best applied toward upcasting spells like Aid, Levitate, Shatter, or Lightning Bolt with enough group targets. If there could be any non-combat solutions to a challenge, such as an object interaction, your vast speed and teleports can make for an exceptional infiltrator. A sky-high Investigate, Detect Magic, Special Vision from Infusions, and the Etherealness spell means very little you can't find and figure out. You're also a reliable healer, mostly outside of combat, and can carry Lesser Resto and Revivify. Good berries cast before a long rest alleviate one slot for the next day. If you have one, try to keep the Ring of Spell Storing full of charges of Fairy Fire before each long rest. Success is just the intersection of opportunity and preparation, so you always come prepared for every opportunity. This concludes my guide on how to play Cable. It's just a fun extra. If you were to build a mini of Cable, this is how it might look. I do hope you've enjoyed this. If you have any thoughts on what you do to improve it, questions, or if you've played this, feedback on how it went, or anything else, please leave a comment. Definitely subscribe and ring the bell icon for notifications as I have many more builds on the way, and feel free to join my Discord for X-Men one-shots. And as always, thank you for watching.
Pick a side, pick your poison. Pick a side, pick your poison. Pick a side, pick your poison. Ain't no picking on me, all about